What's up, Moose fam? Calling back here for another exciting season in Moose Country. Just making a quick intro for the video we're about to watch. I was invited back onto the Wildcats podcast just to discuss this upcoming season, what it means for our organization, what it means for their organization. You should definitely go check those guys out. You can find them on YouTube, Wildcast Podcast, X, on Instagram, on Facebook, all the same name, Wildcast Podcast. These two guys, Adam and Jeremy, know their stuff. They have a great knowledge of Wildcats history, but even above and beyond that, Q history. They know a lot more than I do. I won't even pretend to know as much as them. But give them a check out. They just revamped their whole show, and it looks great. Let's get into it, guys. And as always, go Moose, go.
View from the other bench.
All right, well, we begin the Maritime Division preseason primer, and we begin back-to-back division champs, the Halifax Mooseheads, as they went 42, 18, 7, and 1 for 92 points, upset by Bathurst in round one. So to get you set for their season, we are pleased to be joined again by Colin Landry of the Moose Fans page. There we go. Colin, welcome in.
How you doing?
Not too bad. It's the middle of August, and we're watching hockey. How about you?
I'm ecstatic to be back in the cold four pad, watching some camp.
Yeah, no, it's the silly CJEP rules that we got to start a couple weeks earlier than a lot of other ones. But I guess just as I said off the top there, I kind of went over your guys' record, upset by Bathurst. You are the back-to-back division champs, but before we look ahead, we'll look back to last year. Obviously, just what went wrong in the playoffs? Was it just too many? Was it too many distractions, or was it just a Bathurst team that just was hitting their stride at the right time?
I think it was a lot of in-house issues. I think egos. Sorry, my beard got in my mouth. I think egos got in the way. We don't have those egos in the locker room anymore, thank God. So we're in the rebuild. It's it sucks. It happened. I mean, you guys went through it too. You guys had a team that was going to take it all, and COVID happened. It is what it is, right? Look to the future.
Yeah, exactly. And when I look to the future, like I said, when we kind of teed you up on this, we'll start in goal. And right now, I mean, Rousseau is your guy. For how long? Probably till Christmas. I don't see him obviously moving right now, but past him, obviously he's going to get you some wins early in the season, kind of set you up depending on your trade period. But I guess just behind him, you got Magic, you got Milner, Saint-Ange. You guys just you drafted last year. Just talk about maybe some of the goaltenders that you've seen at camp.
Oh, so I'm gonna back my buddy. I really like Sam Magic. I'd love to have him for our third and then potentially our two. I think Milner after Rousseau should get the start. I know there's a rumor of a trade coming up. I personally, if we're gonna let go Rooster, I really don't want a goalie in return. I don't think we're looking to capitalize on a big season this year. It'd be nice if we're competitive, but I think we just want to focus on skill building and for years leading future years, right?
Yep.
Switching up to up front, there's a significant loss of offense. You're with Cataford going to the pros and Vidicek here in Moncton, Dume to the pros. You guys are missing over 100 goals from your from your lineup.
Wasn't that the same question the year before with Lawrence gone and Doucette
same
gone?
Question.
You're missing 100 goals again.
It might be a little bit more difficult to make up these 100 goals this season. Who do you see stepping up and making the biggest impact offensively for the Mooseheads?
So that's the thing. As soon as a good player leaves or your older, more experienced players leave, somebody's got to fill that slot, right? And I mean, we have the caliber available. I mean, we got. I think Crosby's going to be a wrecking house. I think Kilfoyle is going to be a wrecking house. Levesque will find his stride again. We have the scoring potential there, even on our back end and our defensive area. We have McKenzie who can score. Phillips who can score. We have Schultz who can score. Martin's been known to find the twine with the puck as well. So I mean, I'm not overly concerned. I'd like to focus a little bit more on defense. It's just something that we lack almost every year, right?
And just picking up on that again, I mean, Sean Carrier, who I know we're going to miss here in Moncton, but you guys have the, the fortunate, you're fortunately picking him up, and that's part of the business. If Moncton's acquiring, Marcus Vidicek, you better be going all in. This is a guy who played mostly fourth line, last season under Dan Lacroix. Where do you see him kind of stepping into your lineup, this season to kind of get that increased responsibility?
I haven't even taken a look at the lineups to try to piece together who we're going to have. But from what I see,
it's like the third day of camp, and you haven't started penciling in your lineup.
Day one.
Come on, you need a ghost roster, bro.
Day one, man. Day one.
Day two, isn't it?
Day one. They just met yesterday. Yeah, no, today's day one. We just had our
excuses. Play like a champion.
We had our first inter squad games today. Carrier was good. He seemed like a solid player, good hockey IQ. He didn't do anything too extravagant. There was no goals scored by or anything like that, but you could tell that he knows the ice. He looks like he's at home there, and I can't see any reason why he won't be second line. Mm-hmm. Maybe third line, but I'd say second line.
Yeah, that was our feel last year when a lot of people didn't understand why we moved up to get him and into camp. I mean, you could just see when he touches the puck, he makes things happen, and that was the problem here is he didn't get the opportunities to touch the puck because every time the guy made a mistake, the guy was stapled to the bench. So I mean, you just see him having the ability to at least be top six with you guys. Playing with Kilfoyle, I mean, those two players are going to be pretty good together. And I'm basing that off watching Kilfoyle at the U18 with Denway and Team Canada. It seems like a team, a player, and those two people kind of see the ice well. So that could be a dynamic duo for you. I guess we can't have you on here without talking about the two players that Moncton acquired. And we saw them 7 times, which is not nearly as many times as you saw them. Look, it was a weakness of what Moncton needed. Was big, strong defensemen, hard to play in front of the net. And I mentioned it to you and to Jeremy and basically anyone that would listen. Every time we played Moncton, it was way too easy for you guys to get in front of the net, and it was way too difficult for us to get in front of the net. So in Dylan McKinnon and Marcus Vidicek, just what two players is Moncton getting? Because you've seen them for 2.5 years. Just kind of give our fans a little bit of what they're getting.
I'm going to let you know, I don't think you've ever had an offensive player like Vidicek. He's a two-way offenseman. He is a hell of a PK killer. He's speed. He doesn't mind getting knocked around. And I mean, 90 points, right? Like, yeah, he whatever you had to pay for him is worth it because this is your all-in year. And I think with him, hopefully on your first line, is really going to take you guys to the finals.
He's 5 goals short of 50.
Yeah.
So I think we can maybe find those 5 goals for him this year to get the 50 plateau. Touching on your 20-year-old situation, there's only 3 in camp.
No, wait. We got to talk about McKinnon. I was just the offense.
That's my bad. That's right. Forgot about,
I saved him. I saved him for the last because I talked to him today. And, we talk about these boys on the ice a lot and what they can do for us and how many points they can put up for us. But just remember, these kids, they're just incredible people. Off the ice, Dylan McKinnon is probably one of the most fan-friendly players we've ever had. He will sit for hours after the game if you'll let him to talk to you about hockey, and he does for his community. He's a hell of a kid. But not only that is people see him on the ice. Your opposing team see him on the ice, and kidding, they fear him.
That's what we lacked.
Yeah.
They don't want to mix it up with him. And I think I only seen him scuffle twice. Once was in Moncton. But it's like people see him and they avoid him. You know what I mean? He's just a scary guy on the ice.
Now I want to get back to the
Yeah.
the 20-year-old situation, but no, it's I heard a story about Dylan McKinnon, and that after every win, he likes to go get some a double quarter pounder from McDonald's. So hopefully, there's a lot of double quarter pounders being crushed here in Moncton this year.
That might change the peanut butter burger from Five Bridges, right?
That's very true. Yeah. But no, touching on the 20-year-old situation, just a quick glance. I think there was only 3 in your camp. That's Russo, Schultz, and McPhee. Everyone knows the impact that that Russo and Schultz will have on the team. But people will make the argument that Braden McPhee is easily upgradable. Is he just too heart and soul to drop?
So the thing with McPhee is he's okay. Just because you're a forward doesn't mean your only job is to score goals. Just because you're a defenseman, your only job isn't to hit people. And what Braden does better than almost anybody I've ever seen on the ice is he plays the mental game so well. He draws so many penalties at crucial times in the game. And that's what he does. He gets on there and he annoys the hell out of the opposition. And I would never want to get rid of him for a 50-point guy. I think the mental warfare and the other side of hockey is just as important as putting the biscuit in the twine.
Yeah, it's countless times, whether it was here or on the road, and I think he didn't play the last 2 games against Moncton or something. He was always in anyone's face that would come anywhere near him. It's just that those are the guys that even as 20-year-olds, you're okay with them because they are your heart and soul.
Yep.
And I think you gave him an award last year, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yeah, he was he does the most for the community. So anytime Ryan would say, hey, I needed somebody to go to school or this, that, or the other, he was the first one to raise his hand. So we got together with a couple sponsors and did something nice for him because he deserves it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's a tough sell. It was kind of like Alexi Daniel too here.
Mm-hmm.
Like he did all the little things right, and he was a community guy. And so those guys aren't always. Yes, you can replace their offensive skill, but replacing them in the locker room can sometimes be worse than what scoring a few goals here and there. Like you know what I mean. So I guess just the kind of last one. I mean, coming into this season, you're the pulse of the fans. What is the expectation of this team? Obviously, playoffs would be one of them, but I guess just year one of your kind of rebuild, what is the expectation of this fan base?
So we have 2 types of fans. Realistic fans.
Yep.
And ones that pay for a show and want to see it every night.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy if we scratch out, if we go 500, I'd be happy with that. You know what I mean? If we scratch out some wins, I know we're going to scratch out some early because we don't have any NHL draftees. So while everybody else's teams are, all the good guys are gone down to camps and such, we don't have to worry about that. So I know we're going to get some at least in the beginning because we'll have Russo and all of our guys. But my expectation is player development. I want to see them progressively get better over the season, and next year get better. And then the third year, I'd like to a chance to go for it. So for me personally, I just want to see them progress.
And before we let you go, we'll be asking everybody this. Give us your finals prediction and your Gilles Courteau Trophy winner.
So now, just so you know, when you give this prediction, you will be coming back on in the Maritime Draft Show, and you'll be able to stick with it or change it at that time. So this isn't locked into stone all year. You will have the ability to change it if you do want that in the middle of the year.
Okay, so what 2 teams are going to the end? Is that what we're asking?
And the winner.
And the winner. That's correct. Yeah.
Okay, I am going to go Moncton.
Okay.
I just think you guys are going to have an incredible team this year.
It's like the smartest thing you've said in 2 years.
Jeez, man.
And that's the thing. It can be. I think it's going to be 2 East teams. I'm not going to give mine away till the end of the year, but because it goes into that Final Four, where depending on record, right, it could be 2 East teams. So That's the difficult part.
Yeah, I don't even know, man. I don't pay attention to the other division. I don't. Like, if you were to ask me which two teams would be in the top for the Eastern Division, I'd be able to tell you. But I don't really pay much attention to. I do hope for the Huskies. My wife's nephew just got added to their roster, so wish him the best of luck. He won't see the ice this year, but his name's Jace Evans. So I guess I would say I'd like to see them make it to the end against the Wildcats.
Yeah, right.
And I do think that you guys have all the makings of a championship year for the Joe Control Trophy.
Right. There we go.
Perfect. So that you actually can't change now that you said Moncton to get to the finals in a minute. You were locked into that one. No, I'm just kidding, man. Yeah, I guess that's kind of it for us. Maybe you should let those kids know that there's no fighting in the queue this year, eh? You had two tussles
that's
two tussles that
dude, that's so that's funny because the troublemaker from last year was LaPlante. He's back again doing the same stuff. But the biggest fighter was a what do they call him? A legacy.
Right.
It was Kelly Bent's brother.
Oh, Cole. Yeah.
So he's a scrapper as well, and Kelly was too. So got to speak with Kelly at the game. That was kind of cool. I got to speak with him. He agreed to come on the show, so that's awesome. Yeah, it was uneventful. I don't even know what I'm trying to say.
Uneventful till the scraps happened.
Yeah, it was. You know what? It was one of the players who sat next to me. I'm not going to say who. Looked at me and said, "I hate these games. I can't stand watching these games."
Yeah, it gets tough when you're into the scrimmages. But we really appreciate you jumping on as part of our Maritime Division preview. I guess just where do the fans find your show so they can kind of keep up to date with a lot of. We'd like to promote other guys' shows that in this league and in this division especially. So if fans want to check out and talk to Moose fans about some things, if we get W's or whatever, where can they find your content?
I would absolutely love to have your fans come on after you guys destroy us and we're doing a review, and you guys can absolutely destroy us in the comments. I love the the back and forth. YouTube /@ the Moose Fans, and that's it, because I don't have time to load everywhere else.
Perfect, man. Appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your summer, and we'll see you very shortly, either here or up in Halifax.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Take care, guys.
Hey, Moose Country. If you've been enjoying our content over the past year, be it our Let Us Be Heard segment where we bring former Mooseheads on to talk about their time with the Moose, our live weekly recaps where you, the viewer, can join in and have your voice heard on the show, or our giveaways, whatever it is we're doing on our channel. If you enjoyed the content, please smash that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you never miss out on your favorite Moosehead. We're trying to hit a goal of 500 subscribers this season, which shouldn't be too hard with an average attendance record of 8,000 in the Scotiabank Center. I know you guys can make that dream of mine a reality. I hope you're all healthy, safe, and happy out there. And as always, go Moose, go.